Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniature. Today we have a fun little treat I discovered the other day on Patreon, and that is the Jealousy Spirit from Dragon Trapper's Lodge. So Dragon Trapper's Lodge has a really cool, unique way of putting together their monthly Patreon thing. They've got some kind of a dragon hunter, or trapper I guess would be the correct term, usually some kind of a companion or sidekick, and then usually a big stinking dragon along with other stuff. And there is a big stinking dragon, but I just didn't print that because I really wanted to print this thing. This is the Jealousy Spirit. Now, this is my kind of model, and you're going to notice there's quite a few extra pegs on him. We'll talk about what's going to go on there, and obviously we'll show you what he looks like. I was quite impressed just with the unique sculpt. First of all, it was funny enough that almost every family member who saw this thing either on the screen or when I was getting it ready to slice up, or actually after printing it, everybody commented it was very Miyazaki-ish, to the point where my daughter asked, where was he in Spirited Away? And I had to, no, he wasn't actually in there. So, but it definitely has that vibe. I love the funky mask. I love the hairy body, the Mongate on top of him. And the thing that's most important is all of his extra hands. That's right, he's got 10 arms. 6 sword arms, which we're obviously going to have to glue on. And it was pretty intuitive how they all go on, so I'm not going to worry about that. He's got his 2 hands already praying there, and then he's got this set of hands that's got like a little incense burner offering thing smoking on up. For some reason, I had a couple of errors with this guy, and I'm going to chalk most of those errors up to the fact that it was like one of the hottest days of the last, I don't know how many months, and it was just incredibly hot. And I think when I was trying to get it cured is when I had the sword. This one warped. I don't know why. This arm, for whatever reason, the slot for the hand had closed up, like when I was taking it off the printer. Luckily, it's just a little quick snip, and then boom, it's going to fit in nicely. The flame had a little bit more of a twisty tendril thing coming off of it, but I don't think it's a huge deal. And obviously, this is going to have to be hollowed out. And it literally, just this part took the entire build plate as is. I do have the base handy. It's not the cleanest or nicest at the moment, but that's easily enough fixed. Yeah, see, I don't know what that's all about. I haven't had anything like that happen before, and I'm not getting anything running detection issues, so I'm going to chalk that up to just lift speed issues or something. In case you're curious just how big our friend is here, he is quite the good size, grabbing a marine. Maybe I should put him on the top of the base, just to get a better idea of how large it is. Where's our Inquisitor friend? I've got a bunch of other people laying around over here waiting their turn to get filmed. So yeah, good sized model. I am quite curious about printing one of the dragons, probably the very Asian looking dragon that they have as part of this release, but we'll get to that eventually. I've got a million other little guys I want to build and paint. So I'm going to grab some glue. We're going to get this guy all put together, and we'll take a look at how he looks with all 10 arms and 6 blades ready to go. All right, we got our Jealousy Spirit all glued together here. Grab his coaster of a base and plop him right down on it. And yeah, he is quite the big boy. If it is a boy, I wouldn't even wager to guess if this thing even has a gender, but it is absolutely the kind of model that I love to both build and paint and show off on here. That's 3 things, but I can't use both. Wrong word choice. Anyway, so yeah, all 10 arms are attached. I did have to do a little bit of filing and sanding down all of the joints, but that seems to be about par of the course for most 3D printed models. When you have those small keyed in joints, it is a bit difficult to get the parts in exactly. Maybe it's just me, but I think for the most part he came out all right, other than the weird warping issues, but I'm not going to make too much of an issue out of that. So yeah, 10 arms, I can't complain with that. This is going to be a fun one to paint as well. Grabbing a few other models just to give you guys a good size example. I did print up a hunter from Dragon Trapper's Lodge, the little tiger guy. We'll show him off and his buddies in another video someday soon, hopefully. Grabbing a Bushido model. Do we have any other samurai? I do have my Mirumono Prodigy here. Okay, and I just broke one of your swords off, but it wasn't glued on very well anyway, so it's okay. And I've got one of those blood orange miniatures samurais as well that we printed off recently. So you can see here, it's a good sized model. Part of me almost wants to see it go even larger. I think it's doable. If you wanted to go in FDM, absolutely it's doable. Even with the resin one, I think you probably could bump up the size just a tad. It was a tight fit getting the body on there, especially since the gate piece is attached to it. Maybe as a slight recommendation, as if I know any better, I would almost suggest possibly having all of the arms as separate pieces. If you want to do the slicing yourself or cutting the parts off in some kind of other 3D program, and then you could probably embiggen it, because I think it would look really cool, really, really big. But that's just my own crazy personal preference. At the size it is going to be enough of a challenge to get painted and make it look as fabulous as it deserves. But absolutely, this is the kind of thing that we here, and when I say we, I just mean myself, at Obscurities and Miniatures, absolutely love. So very cool model from Dragon Trappers Lodge, and we will put a link down below in case you are curious to check out any of their other models and sets that they've made. Because one of the nice things is, like I said, I can't remember, it's been a while since I actually filmed the beginning of this video. All of their models always have a big dragon, obviously, hence the name, but then a bunch of other monsters and corresponding themed hunters to go with it. So yeah, definitely cool stuff. Do check them out. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.